Jeep and Ram just sent shockwaves through the auto industry. This changes everything. Jeep and Ram are making a move so surprising, it could change everything you know about buying a car. Reports of massive price cuts up to 30% are spreading like wildfire. But what's really going on, and how will it affect you? Stick around. This is something you can't afford to miss. What's happening? Imagine walking into a dealership next year and seeing prices slashed by 30%. Sounds too good to be true, right? For years, Jeep and Ram, two iconic American brands under Stellantis, have dominated the roads with their rugged vehicles. But dominance came at a price, literally. Over the last 5 years, Stellantis has raised manufacturers' suggested retail prices across its lineup by over 50%. Jeep alone saw a jaw-dropping 61% increase. These hikes, while profitable in the short term, have alienated customers and driven sales to record lows. Now, Stellantis is reportedly gearing up for a massive shift. Sources close to the company reveal plans to slash MSRPs by 30% starting next year. If true, this bold move isn't just about selling cars, it's about rewriting the rules of the automotive market. So why is Stellantis taking such a dramatic step? The answer lies in the harsh reality of declining sales. As prices climbed, loyal customers began to look elsewhere, leaving Jeep and Ram struggling to maintain market share. In response, the new leadership at Stellantis appears ready to reverse course and embrace affordability as the key to recovery. This isn't just a pricing adjustment, it's a complete reimagining of Jeep and Ram's value proposition, one that could redefine the automotive industry. But what exactly went wrong for Stellantis to reach this point? Let's dive into the numbers that tell the story. Behind the numbers, what happens when prices soar but sales plummet? Stellantis found out the hard way. The story of Jeep and Ram's pricing strategy is one of ambition turned into overreach. In their quest to position themselves as premium brands, Stellantis pushed MSRPs to unprecedented levels. Take the Jeep Grand Cherokee for example. Once considered a solid mid-tier SUV, its price now rivals luxury vehicles. While some buyers stayed loyal, many turned to more affordable alternatives from competitors like Toyota and Ford. The result? A 15% drop in market share for Stellantis brands over the past few years. Sales numbers for Jeep and Ram models have tanked, with dealerships struggling to move inventory despite offering discounts and incentives. Customers who once saw these vehicles as great value now view them as overpriced. And it's not just new vehicles feeling the impact. The inflated MSRPs created a ripple effect in the used car market. Higher initial prices led to increased depreciation rates, leaving many owners underwater on their loans. Negative equity has become a common issue, fueling dissatisfaction among customers. Faced with these challenges, Stellantis seems to have realized that their pricing strategy was unsustainable. The decision to roll back MSRPs by up to 30% is more than damage control. It's an acknowledgement of the need to realign with consumer expectations. This dramatic course correction could breathe new life into Jeep and Ram sales while challenging competitors to rethink their pricing strategies. But what does this mean for the automotive market as a whole? Let's explore the potential ripple effects of these price cuts. Ripple effects. Could a 30% price cut send shockwaves through the entire car market? The automotive industry operates like a finely tuned machine, where every move by a major player affects the rest of the market. If Stellantis follows through with its plan to cut prices, the impact will be felt far and wide. First, there's the question of used car values. When new MSRPs drop significantly, the value of used vehicles from the same brand tends to follow. For Jeep and Ram owners, this could spell trouble. Imagine owning a $50,000 Ram 1500, only to see its value plummet when the same model is suddenly available for $35,000 brand new. Negative equity, the gap between what a car is worth and what the owner owes, could reach unprecedented levels. On the flip side, prospective buyers stand to benefit. Lower prices make previously out-of-reach vehicles more accessible, attracting new customers who may have never considered Jeep or Ram before. This influx of buyers could also push competitors like Ford, GM, and Toyota to reevaluate their pricing strategies, sparking a potential price war that benefits consumers across the board. However, the move isn't without risks. Dealers will face challenges in managing inventory and balancing the old with the new. Existing stock of 2023 and 2024 models priced under the old structure could become difficult to sell. This could lead to steep discounts on older inventory, further complicating the market dynamics. While the immediate impact may be chaotic, the long-term effect of Stellantis' pricing strategy could reshape the industry, making it more competitive and consumer-friendly. But how are consumers reacting to this news, and what does it mean for their buying decisions? Let's take a closer look. Consumer reactions. Lower prices sound great, but are they too good to be true? For potential buyers, the news of 30% price cuts feels like a dream come true. Suddenly, vehicles like the Jeep Wrangler or Ram 1500, once seen as overpriced, are now within reach for a broader audience. The prospect of owning a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee for the price of a used one is undoubtedly enticing, but with excitement comes skepticism. Many consumers are asking, what's the catch? Will the lower prices come at the expense of quality or features? Will Stellantis find a way to offset these cuts with higher costs elsewhere, such as financing rates or dealer fees? Some current owners, however, are less enthusiastic. For those who purchased Jeep and Ram vehicles under the old pricing structure, the news feels like a blow. Depreciation, already a concern, is expected to accelerate, leaving many owners feeling trapped in loans they can't escape. Yet, there's a silver lining. By making their vehicles more affordable, Stellantis has the potential to attract a new wave of loyal customers. For first-time buyers or those who previously opted for budget-friendly competitors, Jeep and Ram could become the go-to brands for value and reliability. The upcoming price cuts have created a buzz of anticipation and speculation, setting the stage for one of the most significant shifts in the automotive market in years. As we move forward, let's delve deeper into the strategy behind Stellantis' decision and what it reveals about their future direction. The leadership shift. What happens when a giant company admits its mistakes? Stellantis is about to show us. Under the leadership of Carlos Tavares, Stellantis pursued aggressive pricing strategies that significantly increased MSRPs across its brands. While this initially boosted revenues, the consequences became evident over time: declining sales, plummeting market share, and growing dissatisfaction among dealers and customers. Tavares' departure marks a turning point for Stellantis. The new leadership is keenly aware of the brand's struggles and appears to be taking bold steps to rebuild trust and relevance in the market. Lowering prices isn't just about selling cars, it's about regaining lost ground and redefining what Jeep and Ram stand for in the eyes of consumers. The new leadership's approach is also reflective of shifting priorities in the auto industry. As competition intensifies and electric vehicles gain prominence, Stellantis can no longer afford to alienate its customer base. By focusing on affordability, they aim to position Jeep and Ram as value-driven brands, capable of competing with both legacy automakers and new entrants like Rivian and Tesla. This leadership shift could signal a new era for Stellantis, one that prioritizes customer satisfaction and long-term growth over short-term gains. But how did Stellantis get here in the first place? Let's examine the pricing missteps that led to this moment. Learning from failure. Can a company overprice itself out of relevance? Stellantis has come dangerously close. The aggressive price hikes across Jeep and Ram models weren't just incremental, they were astronomical. Over 5 years, prices increased by more than 50%, with some Jeep models experiencing hikes of over 60%. The strategy aimed to position these vehicles as premium offerings, but it backfired spectacularly. Sales began to slide as consumers balked at the inflated price tags. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, once a leader in its segment, saw declining interest as competitors like the Toyota Highlander and Ford Explorer offered similar features at significantly lower prices. The Ram 1500, a favorite among truck enthusiasts, struggled to compete with more reasonably priced alternatives like the Ford F-150 and Chevrolet Silverado. The data painted a clear picture. Stellantis was losing customers not because of quality or performance, but because of perception. Jeep and Ram were no longer seen as accessible, value-oriented brands. The fallout extended beyond new car sales. The inflated MSRPs created a ripple effect in the used car market, with higher prices driving steeper depreciation. Many owners found themselves stuck in negative equity, further souring their relationship with the brand. Stellantis' leadership has since acknowledged these mistakes. By reversing course and introducing dramatic price cuts, they aim to repair the damage and restore confidence among consumers and dealers alike. This willingness to confront failure and adapt could be the key to Stellantis' resurgence. But the decision to lower prices isn't happening in a vacuum. Let's explore how competitive pressure is shaping Stellantis' strategy. Competitive pressure. Why is Stellantis slashing prices now? The answer lies in the competition. The automotive market is more competitive than ever. Legacy brands like Ford, Toyota, and GM are continually refining their strategies, while newcomers like Tesla and Rivian are shaking up the industry with innovation and aggressive pricing. Stellantis' decision to lower MSRPs reflects a need to stay relevant in this fiercely contested landscape. Take Ford, for example. The F-150, a direct competitor to the Ram 1500, has maintained strong sales by balancing innovation with affordability. Meanwhile, Toyota's focus on reliability and long-term value has kept models like the Highlander and Tacoma at the top of their segments. In addition to traditional rivals, Stellantis faces increasing pressure from electric vehicle manufacturers. Tesla's disruptive approach to pricing and production has set new benchmarks, forcing legacy automakers to rethink their strategies. The Tesla Cybertruck, for instance, is expected to compete directly with the Ram 1500, offering cutting-edge technology and performance at a competitive price point. Stellantis' move to lower prices can also be seen as a preemptive strike against emerging competitors. By making Jeep and Ram vehicles more affordable, they aim to attract cost-conscious consumers who might otherwise consider alternatives like Rivian's R1T or Ford's Maverick. This pricing strategy positions Stellantis to reclaim market share while challenging competitors to keep up. But what do dealers think about this sudden shift? Their perspective offers valuable insights into the challenges Stellantis faces. Dealer insights. What do the people on the front lines think about Stellantis' price cuts? The answers are revealing. Dealers are often the first to feel the effects of pricing changes, and the news of Stellantis' planned price cuts has sparked mixed reactions. On one hand, lower MSRPs could drive increased foot traffic and make Jeep and Ram vehicles more appealing to a broader audience. On the other hand, dealers are concerned about the logistical challenges of balancing new pricing with existing inventory. One of the biggest worries among dealers is the potential impact on unsold 2023 and 2024 models. Vehicles priced under the old structure will likely require significant discounts to compete with the new pricing, cutting into dealer margins. For example, a 2023 Ram 1500 currently priced at $50,000 may struggle to sell if the 2024 model is available for $35,000. Additionally, the timing of the price cuts could create challenges for inventory management. Dealers will need to carefully balance clearance sales with the rollout of new models, ensuring that older stock doesn't become a liability. Despite these concerns, many dealers see the price cuts as a necessary step to revive sales and attract new customers. Lower prices could help dealerships clear stagnant inventory while building momentum for future releases. The success of Stellantis' strategy will depend heavily on dealer support, making their perspective critical to the company's recovery. With these competitive and logistical challenges in mind, what's the bigger picture for Stellantis' price cuts? Let's take a closer look at the potential outcomes. Used car values in danger. What happens to your car's value when a brand new one costs 30% less? The consequences could be catastrophic. Lowering MSRPs is a double-edged sword, especially for current owners of Jeep and Ram vehicles. A 30% reduction in the sticker price could send ripples through the used car market, creating unprecedented challenges for those who already own these vehicles. Imagine this scenario. You purchased a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2 years ago for $50,000. Today, its value has already dropped to $30,000 due to normal depreciation. Now, with a new Grand Cherokee priced at $30,000, the resale value of your car could plunge even further. This could leave you with negative equity, owing more on your car loan than the vehicle is worth. Negative equity isn't just a financial inconvenience. It can trap owners in their loans, making it difficult to trade in or sell their vehicles. This issue is compounded by the fact that many Jeep and Ram owners finance their cars during a period of high MSRPs. With these price cuts on the horizon, some owners are left questioning whether they made the right investment. The used car market as a whole could also face turmoil. When new cars become more affordable, demand for used models typically decreases. Dealers might struggle to sell pre-owned inventory, leading to steeper discounts and thinning profit margins. This creates a cascading effect that impacts everyone in the automotive ecosystem, from manufacturers to dealers to consumers. While potential buyers celebrate lower prices, current owners are left grappling with the financial fallout, underscoring the complex implications of Stellantis' strategy. But the ripple effects don't stop there. Let's examine how this move could force other automakers to follow suit. A domino effect. Can one bold move from Stellantis force the entire auto industry to rethink its pricing strategies? If Jeep and Ram proceed with their 30% price cuts, competitors will face immense pressure to respond. A drop of this magnitude disrupts the status quo, forcing automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Toyota to evaluate their own pricing models. Consider the Ford F-150, one of the top-selling trucks in the United States. Priced similarly to the Ram 1500, it thrives on its reputation for reliability and and innovation. However, if the Ram 1500 becomes significantly more affordable, Ford may find it challenging to justify its current price points. To stay competitive, Ford could be compelled to introduce discounts or even lower MSRPs, sparking a pricing war that benefits consumers. The impact extends beyond trucks and SUVs. Stellantis' decision could influence the broader automotive market, encouraging price cuts across various segments. Compact cars, crossovers, and luxury vehicles could all see adjustments as manufacturers compete to maintain their market share. Dealerships might also play a role in amplifying the domino effect. If Stellantis' lower prices drive more foot traffic to Jeep and Ram lots, other dealerships will need to adapt to avoid losing customers. This could lead to increased incentives, promotional offers, and even more aggressive pricing strategies industry-wide. What starts as a single decision by Stellantis could transform the entire automotive landscape, creating a more competitive and consumer-friendly market. But as prices drop, how does Stellantis ensure its vehicles remain desirable? Let's explore the importance of balancing affordability with value. The affordability game. Does a lower price mean cutting corners, or can Stellantis deliver both affordability and quality? One of the biggest challenges Stellantis faces is ensuring that its vehicles retain their value and appeal, even with significantly lower prices. For years, Jeep and Ram have built their reputations on ruggedness, reliability, and innovation. Will these qualities survive a 30% price cut? Stellantis' strategy hinges on maintaining high standards while optimizing production costs. By leveraging economies of scale and streamlining manufacturing processes, they can reduce expenses without compromising quality. For example, Stellantis has invested heavily in shared platforms and modular designs, enabling them to produce multiple models using the same components. This approach not only lowers costs, but also simplifies maintenance for consumers. The affordability game isn't just about sticker prices, it's about the overall cost of ownership. Lower MSRPs make vehicles more accessible, but Stellantis also needs to address other factors like fuel efficiency, insurance rates, and maintenance costs. By offering competitive warranties and extended service plans, they can enhance the value proposition for buyers. Additionally, Stellantis can capitalize on its brand heritage to differentiate itself in a crowded market. Jeep's off-road capabilities and Ram's towing power are iconic features that resonate with consumers. By emphasizing these strengths while keeping prices affordable, Stellantis can attract both loyal fans and new customers. If executed correctly, this strategy could redefine Jeep and Ram as the ultimate value brands, combining affordability with unparalleled performance. But what challenges lie ahead for Stellantis as it implements these changes? Let's explore the potential pitfalls of this ambitious plan. Challenges ahead. Bold moves come with big risks. Can Stellantis pull this off without stumbling? While Stellantis' decision to cut prices is bold, it's not without challenges. One of the most significant hurdles is managing the transition from old pricing to new. Dealers must navigate the delicate balance of clearing existing inventory while introducing competitively priced new models. This process could lead to logistical headaches and strained relationships between dealers and the manufacturer. Another concern is the perception of quality. When prices drop dramatically, some consumers may question whether the vehicles are worth less or if corners were cut during production. Stellantis will need to invest in marketing campaigns that reassure buyers of the continued quality and reliability of Jeep and Ram vehicles. Additionally, the success of this strategy depends on the company's ability to sustain profitability. Lower prices mean slimmer margins, making it crucial for Stellantis to optimize operations and reduce costs wherever possible. Failure to strike this balance could jeopardize the company's financial stability. Competitor reactions also pose a challenge. If rivals like Ford or General Motors introduce their own aggressive pricing strategies, Stellantis may find itself locked in a prolonged price war. While beneficial for consumers, this scenario could strain the company's resources and complicate its recovery efforts. Stellantis' ability to overcome these challenges will determine whether this bold pricing strategy becomes a success story or a cautionary tale. With so much at stake, all eyes are on Stellantis as it embarks on this ambitious journey. The question now is, can it pave the way for a brighter future? Consumer trust rebuilt. Can a 30% price cut fix years of lost trust? Stellantis is betting it can. Years of aggressive pricing damaged Stellantis' relationship with its core customers. Jeep and Ram, once synonymous with rugged value and reliability, became symbols of overpriced ambitions. By introducing massive price cuts, Stellantis aims to rebuild consumer trust and re-establish its brands as accessible options for everyday buyers. To regain trust, Stellantis needs more than competitive pricing. Transparency will be key. Consumers need assurance that the quality, features, and performance they've come to expect remain intact. Marketing campaigns emphasizing value, quality, and affordability can go a long way in repairing Stellantis' image. Additionally, offering extended warranties, loyalty incentives, and competitive financing options can show customers that Stellantis is serious about prioritizing their needs. If Stellantis successfully communicates this shift, it could reignite customer loyalty and attract new buyers eager for affordability without compromise. But is this bold strategy sustainable in the long term? Let's explore the potential pitfalls and opportunities ahead. Will it work? Is this a masterstroke or a gamble too risky to succeed? Lowering prices by 30% isn't just a marketing decision, it's a gamble that could redefine Stellantis' future. On one hand, the move has the potential to increase sales volume, attract budget-conscious buyers, and pressure competitors. On the other hand, it slims profit margins, making operational efficiency more critical than ever. The success of this strategy depends on execution. Stellantis must optimize its production processes to reduce costs, while maintaining quality, ensuring that lower prices don't lead to a perception of diminished value. Additionally, they'll need to balance dealer relationships carefully. Dealers must remain incentivized to sell Jeep and Ram vehicles despite thinner margins. Another factor is market conditions. Economic uncertainty, rising interest rates, and fluctuating consumer demand can influence the effectiveness of Stellantis' pricing strategy. If the auto industry faces a downturn, even aggressive price cuts might not generate the sales volume needed to offset lower profit margins. Reward. While there are risks, if Stellantis can execute its plan effectively, it could emerge stronger, leaner, and better positioned to dominate the automotive market. But could this bold move set a new standard for the entire industry? Let's examine the broader implications. A new standard. Could Stellantis' gamble reset expectations across the entire auto market? Jeep and Ram's massive price cuts have the potential to redefine how automakers approach pricing and value. If successful, this strategy could spark a race to the bottom, forcing other manufacturers to lower their prices to remain competitive. For consumers, this would mean greater affordability and more options across all segments of the market. Competitors like Ford, Toyota, and Chevrolet might feel compelled to respond by introducing more aggressive pricing strategies or enhancing their own value propositions. The result? A more consumer-friendly market where affordability and quality take precedence over inflated pricing. Stellantis' move also has implications for emerging electric vehicle (EV) brands. Companies like Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid Motors, known for their premium pricing, may need to reconsider their strategies to stay competitive. If Jeep and Ram vehicles become more affordable while maintaining quality, EV manufacturers will face additional pressure to offer better value to attract budget-conscious consumers. This could usher in a new era of affordability, benefiting consumers across the board and reshaping the industry for years to come. But as Stellantis leads the charge, what does the future hold for its brands and the auto market as a whole? A consumer-driven future. The auto market is changing. Are you ready to reap the benefits? With price cuts on the horizon, Stellantis is making a clear statement. The future of the automotive industry belongs to consumers. By prioritizing affordability and value, Jeep and Ram are positioning themselves as champions of the everyday buyer, challenging the perception that high quality must come with a high price tag. This move could also shift the focus of the industry toward innovation and efficiency. Automakers will need to find new ways to cut costs, streamline production, and deliver more value to stay competitive. This consumer-driven approach has the potential to democratize the automotive market, making high-quality vehicles accessible to more people than ever before. As Jeep and Ram chart a new course, they're not just redefining their own brands, they're setting the stage for a more inclusive and dynamic auto industry. So, what does this mean for you, the consumer? What do you